Friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to whatever day of Veda it is. I am coming at you with an updated check-in on how am I doing at the book bingo from Hell 2026 edition. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not entirely sure how I'm doing on most of these, and some of these are gonna be like ripping the band-aid off. I made a goal and it hasn't happened yet. I haven't read a single book for some of these goals. Other of these goals I'm like very proud, so we're gonna lean into the proudness and let's just jump right in. So there are 9 bookish goals on my bingo board from Hell. Review 80% of the books that I read. And in my video where I set these goals, I said that I'm likely just going to use my TikTok for single book reviews. Nope, you're not. I have, however, been using Goodreads to type out and write all of my reviews. Have I kept up on the 80% though? So, I've read 34 books. 4 of them do not count towards this 80% because I don't review or rate nonfiction. Like, I personally can't. I can't tell you that your story's not good enough, or that I thought your writing was really dry, or, you know, maybe I could say that that was an incredible story, but I just feel like it has different rules when it's nonfiction versus fiction. Predominantly, I read fiction. So with fiction, I can, be like, oh, the writing style was great, the atmosphere sucked, there was no character development. But if I said there's no character development in a nonfiction story, then that's bogus, right? So, those 4 don't count. And it's because 2 of them are nonfiction, and 2 of them, although they're fiction, I did not finish them, and I DNF'd them before I hit the 100-page mark. I think if you're reading a book and you end up DNFing it before the 100-page mark, don't give it a bad review. If you DNF a book after the 100-page mark, well, then I guess it's up to you. But sometimes I feel weird about reviewing a book that I did not finish. Obviously, there's a reason I didn't finish it, and sometimes it's a trigger, and sometimes it's just I can't, and that's okay, that's valid. But I think if you review a book that you DNF, you need to explicitly say, I DNF this book and here's why, type of thing. Even if it spoils something, then I would just put hide because of spoilers or whatever, but I would still put that. Okay, with that being said, since I've read 34 books and 4 of them don't count, we're down to 30, and I have reviewed 25 out of the 30 books. Oh yes. Okay, so it's 83.3333%. I'm gonna be real with you. When I updated this, when I made the script for this video, currently, it was like 3 days ago, I was at 70%. So I was like super close. I think I just had to rate 5 more books, which I did. So I got us to where we need to be. Hopefully I can keep on that wave where I just stay at the 80% or more. Oh, then our next... Okay, I'm just gonna tell you, our next goal, I have read 0 books for this challenge. My goal was to read 10 apocalypse books, because when I read apocalypse books, I absolutely love them. I did not take into account that I don't own any apocalypse books other than the ones that I've already read and loved. I don't even own any digitally. And to be quite honest with you, I do really love apocalypse books, but I don't know where to start. I think this is kind of apocalypsy. Your Shadow Half Remains by Sunny Marani. This was weird, but I liked. See, like I said, I'm very new to apocalypse books, but I would generally like to keep this goal. If you could help recommend me some apocalypse books. I really like the type of apocalypse horror that is like messes with my mind, that is very ominous in the ending. Like I don't want my book to be wrapped up with a little bow and like everything to end well. I want to maybe not know how things end. I want there to be questions remaining. Heck, The Road by Cormac McCarthy. Whew, this made me emotional. It's an apocalypse book. It made me emotional. It's scary. But the biggest thing is that you don't know what the threat is. You don't know what the apocalypse was. I'm still so confused about this book, but I loved it. I need more books like this. And something like The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. This I would consider an apocalypse book because it's the end of the world. And like there are choices that have to be made. The 4 horsemen show up. Oh, it's evil and perfection, and oh my god, did I love this book. My favorite Paul Tremblay book to date. Well, if you have anything close to any of those 3 horror books or apocalypse books that I mentioned, please leave them in the comments below, because I love this, but I don't know where to start with apocalypse. Like, I need more apocalypse books. That's what I'm saying. The third square, it's read 13 nonfiction books. And I know what you're thinking, Alita, why wasn't it just like 12? So you read 1 a month. That would have made sense, but I went through all of my nonfiction books. And before I went book buying, I didn't buy any nonfiction. That's good. Because I can see all the books I bought this year. They're over there. That will be another video, by the way. But none of them are nonfiction. Okay, so I have 13 books on my digital and physical TBR. I've read 2 of them. So I feel like I'm behind. Okay, we can all say it. I'm behind on that. Am I realistically gonna read all 13 nonfiction books? No. But am I gonna live in Delulu land and say that it's gonna happen? Absolutely. So in case you were wondering, the 2 nonfiction books that I read was Wasted, a memoir of anorexia and bulimia by Maria Hornbacher, and Ashley versus WWE. I do think that the Ashley versus WWE biography, memoir, I think it's a memoir, was kind of unjust for Ashley. I really wanted to learn what led to her suicide. but it was more of an expose on WWE. Now we're on the next line. It is read and watch 10 book to movie adaptations. I haven't done that. I haven't read or watched any this year. No, I haven't. Here's the thing. I did watch a movie or a book adaptation when it was in theaters. I watched The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, and I've previously read that book and thought it was decent. That's not what I meant, though, when I made this goal, so I can't count it. Even if I want to stretch it and pretend to you that I can. But no, what I meant was actually find 10 books that I've never read, read one of them, like, let's say, I don't know if there's a movie version of Dolores Claiborne. Water for Elephants. There's Water for Elephants, actually, on my TBR. So I wanted to read Water for Elephants and then go watch the movie and then make a video comparing them, but do that with 10 different books. I haven't done that. I don't think I'm going to reach that goal. I kind of want to change it already, but I'm not going to. We'll do the mid-year check-in and see how good she's doing. One that I'm actually really impressed with myself on is this middle square right here. I'm supposed to put out 12 vlogs in the year of 2026. As of filming this, I have posted 3 vlogs, and I'm currently working on my 4th one. The 4th reading vlog should be up before this video. And actually, I have a plan for my 5th one. And my 5th reading vlog should be out sometime after this video in April. I haven't filmed it yet, but that's my plan. So we should be up to 5, but we are for sure working on the 4th one. I know, my brain went everywhere too, but I have 3 done and posted. I'm working on my 4th one, and I have a plan for a 5th one in April. This challenge right here, this one wrecks my soul. It is read 10 emotional books, and I guess emotional books could mean different things for different people, but what I meant by emotional books was books that made me cry. I want to read, did I say 10? Yeah, I want to read at least 10 books that make me cry in the year of 2026. Today, I have 2 books, and I read both of them in February. And there's The Heartbreak Hotel, and there's The Hot Shot. They're both beautiful, heartbreaking romances with so much more than just romance. And, they both broke me beautifully. Highly recommend both of them. Okay. Then we're on our final row. This one says, read 12 2026 releases. And honestly, you guys, I thought that was a stretch for me because I stay away from new releases. However, I do have book of the month again for the year. And somehow I've read 4 new releases. So I read Anatomy of an Alibi by Ashley Elston. I do not own a physical copy of that book, but I need to because I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed it more than her first book, First Lie Wins. I didn't like that one. I was scared to read this one, but I loved it. Then How to Kill a Guy and 10 Dates. This is the perfect slasher rom-com duo. Oh my god, wait, that's the third book that made me cry. Oh my gosh, I did cry in How to Kill a Guy in 10 Dates. Because of the friendship. The friendship aspect, just like, oh, I got so watery. So I'm going to count that. So I guess I've read 3 books that have made me just cry. That was wonderful. The Hot Shot was a new release that came out in February 24th. And I read it February 26th, I think. I didn't even know this book existed, but thanks, Karina, for the little recommendation. Even though she hadn't read it, she just heard about it and she's like, oh, that seems like an Alita book. And it was. It was such an Alita book. And then also, And Now Back to You by B.K. Morrison, which, by the way, is also a series book. And that was beautiful. Not as good as First Time Caller. I'm gonna say it. Not as good as First Time Caller. First Time Caller made me sob last year when I read it. But it doesn't count for 2026 reading challenge because I didn't read it this year and I didn't sob this year. Anyways, now let's do read 15 series books. I'm doing way better on this than I thought I would be. So, the first series book that I read was actually the first book I read in 2026. It's First Down by Grace Riley. It was 3 stars. It was kind of mediocre. More like a 2.5 star, but I was being generous and gave it 3 stars. I unhauled that entire series. Okay, then I read Problematic Summer Romance. This is the second book in the Not in Love series by Allie Hazelwood. I gave this one 3 stars as well, but again, it's more leaning 2.5 stars. I didn't really like it, and I have since unhauled it. I'm not gonna continue that series if there's another book in that series. As of right now, there's no other book, and I don't think that there's a plan for another one. Number 3 is Booked on a Feeling by J.C. Lee. This is the third in a series. I gave it 3 stars. I think that it was my least favorite in the series, so I liked The Dating Dare, which is my first favorite J.C. Lee book. Then I liked Sweet Mess. Well, I didn't like Sweet Mess. It was like a 3 star. And then we have Booked on a Feeling. I wanted to love it. It did get 3 stars for me, but again, it's more like a 2.5. Leaning rather than a, Anyways, I didn't love it. It was bookish. Followed some lawyer and anyway, let's move on. If You Hate Me by Helena Hunting. This one I gave 4 stars. It was pretty spicy. It's brother's best friend. Hockey romance. Although there's not a whole lot of hockey. It's more just spicy. There's a cucumber scene in there that's just weird. Like, ugh, I can never look an English cucumber in the eyes again. But I liked it. I gave it 4 stars. I would probably continue on in that series. It's not like first priority, and I don't own any more books in that series currently, but I would be open to reading more from the Toronto Tears? That's the wrong. Traveling Toronto? No, I don't know. Toronto something series. I would be open to reading some more of those, but as of right now, I don't have any more of them. on my physical or digital TBR. If that changes, I'll let you know. Then there's The Pretty Boy versus the Bad Boy. This was a 3-star male racing romance. They, like, hate to love. It was a lot about coming of age and kind of coming into your, like, they're gay. And it talked a lot about how one racer wanted to come forward and say that he's gay. And the other racer didn't want to come forward and say that he was gay because he thought that he would be looked at differently. And that really spoke to me about, like, the social commentary about being LGBT. And that was the part that really tugged at my heartstrings. The romance was fine. I don't think I'm going to continue on in the series, though. I didn't even realize it was a series when I picked it up. And yeah, it was fine. It was a library book. So, there we go. Then there's Poison Kisses, Part 1. It was a 3-star book for me. It was part of a trilogy serial novella collection. It was fine. I'm not gonna read the other 2 novellas, though. I have since unhauled them off of my Kindle. Most of these are the start of series, but I don't care because I'm at least getting through my series. And most of them I'm not enjoying, so I'm kind of just unhauling them or deleting them off my Kindle or my audiobook collection. And that feels good. It feels like I'm finishing something. Whatever. Okay. The next one was Mr. Heartbreaker, which was a first in a series. It's a hockey romance. This one was really cute. I gave it 4 stars. I love hockey romances. I don't know why, but there's something about a hockey romance just gets my heart going. I would definitely continue on in that series. I think there's only one other book. Again, I don't own it, but if I ever came across it, I would definitely finish that series. It was great. Charmed by the Bartender is the first in a series by Piper Rain. I gave it 2 stars. I didn't like it. I'm not finishing the series. Boom. And the 9th book in a series that I've read is And Now Back to You, which was a 5-star book for me. It's the second in the first time, or the Heartstrings universe book. I don't know if there's going to be another one. I heard it's a trilogy or going to be a trilogy, but as of right now, I'm caught up. And I think that, 15 series books. I'm already at 9. So I kind of want to bump it up to 30. Is that crazy? Is that crazy? I think I'm going to be a little bit crazy here. Okay. Okay. So I did put read 30 series books. So, ooh. Yeah, read 30 series. So, any books that are part of a series. Originally, what I was going to do was like 15 series, and I would catch up in 15 series. But because I'm DNFing so many, I think it would just be easier if I just read 30 books total that contribute to a series that I'm reading or that I start. I hope that makes sense. So even if it's like a 5-book series and I read all 5 books, then it's going to count towards that 30. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think it makes sense. Okay, then our last goal from the Bookish bingo from our bookish horror bingo. No. Our book bingo from hell. There we go. That's better. The last one is to actually read my 26 books that I must read in 2026, because I'm notorious for not doing this. I am happy to report. Do you see all the slashes? Maybe not. All the slashes mean that I'm doing good. But let's see how good I'm doing. So I have 5-star predictions that I need to read this year. The first one was Distant Shores by Kristen Hanna. I DNF'd it, but I'm counting it as read. Cool. Number 2 is Ghost Radio. I gave that book 2 stars, but I did read it. Number 3 is For Twice in My Life by Annette Christie. I'm sad to say that was not a 5-star book. That was 2.5 or 3-star book. We're gonna skip number 4 because I haven't read it yet. But number 5 is Bat Eater and Other Names for Corazine by Kylie Lee Baker. That was a 5-star. That was such a good social commentary book. I loved it. It took place during the during COVID-19. Like, I did not know that was a big theme, but it was also about, like, racism during COVID, because everyone was like, oh, it started in China, and since she was an Asian American main character, Corazine, everyone blamed her specifically for the COVID virus. And that was the scariest part. And then, like, the way people treated her. The social commentary about what it was like during COVID for Asian Americans was horrifying. But more than that, she saw her sister die. A train ran her sister over. And there's things going on connected to that. And then she is a crime scene cleaner-upper person. So she goes around cleaning up crime scenes after police have, gotten all the evidence that they need. And there might be something there too. And it just weaves together so good. Like 5 stars. Loved that book. And then the one 5-star book, or 5-star prediction that I haven't read yet is Cassandra in Reverse by Holly Small. I still think this is going to be a 5-star book. I am even more excited to read it than I was when I put it on here. So it will be read eventually. Then I have 6 audiobooks that I wanted to listen to. Let's start with number 1. Just Stay Away by Toni Worth. I am halfway through this audiobook and I really want to DNF it. It's so boring. You follow this man who's a writer, and I didn't realize he's a writer. I don't like books where you follow a writer. I know, I'm weird. But then there's this kid that moves in next door, and the writer's daughter become friends, but he's like a creepy kid, and he's not that creepy, but he gives the dad like creepy vibes, and I'm like, he's just a kid, and I don't know, I'm just left bored. So we'll see. I did, however, finish Room for Rent by Noelle West Eiley. I love this author. It was 4 stars. It was really enjoyable. It's my second favorite book by this author. Number 3 is If You Stayed by Brittany Cherry. I think it's some kind of romance. Number 4 is What Is Love by Jen Comfort. I want to DNF this one too. I don't want to finish this one. I was really excited because it's like a Jeopardy style love story, or at least that's what I thought. Then our 5th one is When I Was You by Mika Kent. My goal is to read that in March, so before this video comes out, but as of this particular second, I haven't finished. I haven't even started it. And number 6 is 7 X's by Lucy Vine. It's a rom-com. Then we have 7 authors I've liked before that I want to read from again. So there's K.A. Tucker. Haven't read anything this year. Lily Menon. Haven't read anything this year. Sophie Sullivan. Nope. But I did read from J.C. Lee. I did start that Helena Hunting series. I did read a Catherine Center book, although I was severely disappointed. And I think I've read 2 Darcy Coates books. Don't quote me on it, though. It might have only been 1. Okay. Whew. Now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. We've got 8 Kindle books that I need to read. I'm just gonna tell you, I've only read 1, and it was a did not finish because I wasn't liking it. So let's start with the one I did not finish. Dating After the End of the World by Geneva Rose. I was trying to read an apocalypse book, but it was lame. Okay, then let's go to the ones I haven't read yet. The Mixtape by Brittany Cherry. Him by Serena Bowen and Elle Kennedy. Love at First Hate by Angela Casella and Denise Gover-Swink. High Octane by K.L. Thorne. Sweet Sinners by N.D. Rowland. And The Liars Club by Jamie Lee Fry. I know I skipped one. Okay, I skipped The Vacation Rental by Katie Seiss. I'm probably going to DNF that one too. Here's the thing. In 2026, I am okay with DNFing everything. If I'm not enjoying it, why am I going to waste my time on it? Oh, that is such a bad note to end this video on, but those are my bookish goals from hell for 2026 and how I've been doing on them. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a single day of Veda. And if you have missed a single day of Veda, I have this really nice playlist for you, either right here or linked down below. Please go check out all the videos that I made for Veda because I work really hard on this channel. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye.